why he's backing this new project.
Remember, the church's pot is wrong. And putting it right. You elaborate. I believe yes.
Well, yeah, Speaker's Corner. I mean, I've always thought, as I've walked past Speaker's Corner and seen people talking and thought, this is the one in Hyde Park, and thought, I should jump up and start speaking about the things that I'm kind of positive about. But it feels very raw. But the idea that it's not anywhere else is kind of crazy, actually.
So every town should have its Speaker's Corner?
Yeah. Every town and village, and the village idiots would maybe come and hold sway in that. Because it's actually quite, you need a lot of balls, as we say in the medical profession, to do it, to actually get up and do it, because it's difficult enough doing stand-up. To do politics, I think, is harder, because you have to get up and talk. Maybe it's easier, maybe it's harder, but you know, you could bore people to death.
Isn't this so 19th century, 18th? We're in the internet age. We've got all sorts of other ways of communicating with each other.
Yeah, but you don't want to lose the ground level, do you? I mean, if you just have people saying, look, we've got a massive following on the internet, and then you say, OK, let's go down to the town hall and make our views known, and no one turns up. That's no good. You've got to have people on the ground level. I think public opinion, I think public freedom of speech should be from the ground up to the internet, if the internet is the space age.
Is there still a value in this sort of face-to-face communication, arguing, debating?
Yes. Yeah, yes. I mean, absolutely. There is a weird thing, I think, on television. There's a lot of information out there, and arguing and debating, I think a lot of people actually switch off in the middle of an argument and debate, because usually the people who argue and debate usually have pretty good points. And I think the mark of maturity is actually doubt. And if you do have doubt, you tend to go, oh, that guy's saying something interesting, and that other person's saying something very interesting. And you go, well, I don't know how to decide. It's a good and healthy thing to do, but it is difficult to make decisions.
But if you listen to kind of phone-ins or chat shows or whatever they happen to be, you just get people who are speaking up. They're permanently flicked to transmit, and they're not on receive.
Yes.
And that's a problem, isn't it, for having a dialogue?
Yes, it is, and maybe on television it's more so that way. Maybe on a Speaker's Corner it would be less so. Maybe people would say, I hear your point, because it's not so, you know, maybe it's not going out to millions, or maybe people don't think it's going out to millions. And maybe there's producers on television shows who are saying, this guy just seems to be on a one track screaming about something or other, so let's bring him on and give him that completely full-on viewpoint.
I do think that one of the problems of political discourse, and I suspect that the industry I work in is probably quite largely responsible for it, is the soundbite culture. You know, can I condense a whole argument into 15 seconds?
Yeah, I think that is a big problem. As a transvestite, I had to come up with soundbites. I had to come up with executive transvestite and action transvestite. Those two soundbites got me a long way. I say action transvestite, people laugh and they go, oh, right. Because straight transvestite is kind of like that. And I will fight people who give me grief. And
if you found yourself in one of these little villages or town, anywhere in the United Kingdom, and you had your soapbox at your feet, what would your subject be?
It would probably be Europe. The English seem to be quite slow to grab hold of this idea. Or I think the negative idea on Europe is a much easier idea. Who are they? Stuff them. We know us. Yeah, let's get on. But in fact, when we say that, we say, but we don't like the people up there, or the people over there, or people in that town, or the people in number 23. The negative viewpoint is a much easier one to sell. The idea of saying, I want to try, I don't know who these people, I don't know all the French people and all the German people, but I think if civilization is anything, if there's life, there's anything to do with anything, then surely it's about trying to work with people.
OK, well, you're a man of many words. Sell us the idea, in a headline, of why this matters.
Why this matters? Freedom of speech is a wonderful thing, and it matters because I think the strength of Britain is based upon it. It's good if Nottingham are picking it up, then other towns should do it. It's a great thing. You know, people may not use it all the time. When it's cold and rainy, they probably won't use it. But if you can mix it with the internet, even if you can have an internet station right next to it, or if people can have a webcam, that was what they should do. That's not what they should do. This is what they should do, maybe. Have a Speaker's Corner and have a webcam permanently on it, so you can just go on and see who's talking on the Speaker's Corner on the internet, so you get both at the same time.
Izzard, thank you very much indeed.
Not at all. Thank you.
Comedian and actor Eddie Izzard on fine form. Later in the programme, after capital gains and